Yeah, you know what time it is. Valhalla Hour, let's go! Kick back, put on your headphones tight. Rob and Matt, bringing fire every night. From the land of 10,000 lakes, we rule the scene. With a crew so fresh, keeping it raw and clean. Minnesota Vikings, kings of the north. We wear our purple heart and let the battle roar forth. Breaking down the game, dissecting the plays. With passion so fierce, we'll set the night ablaze. So give us a follow, hit that like. Share it with your crew, you know we're about to strike. Valhalla Hour podcast, living life bold, where legends are made and stories are told.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Valhalla Hour. I'm your host, Zerk SoCal. With me, as always, is we got Rob Haskell's, Matthew Luciteri, Eric Retke, and joining us, two special guests, Mr. Luca J. Laddergrass. Turning is Jay. How are we?
Doing good.
Let's go. Let's start this season.
Obviously, the big topic we need to lead off, Harrison Phillips got traded for a draft pick. How are we feeling about this? Jay, you're returning. Let's start off with you.
I think the word expendable came up because of all the Elijah Williams is overperforming. You got Tyrion Dawkins coming in. You've got Levi Drake. I mean, our defensive line is an abundance. It never used to be, but now it is. So I guess he was the odd man out. And yeah, you had to get something for him.
Yeah. Luca, what do you think?
I think kind of undervalued. We got 2-6. We gave up one of our best interior linemen against the run. There's injury concern for Hargrave and God, I can't forget the other guy's name. But
Jonathan Allen.
Yeah, Jonathan Allen. So it's a risky, bold move. But like Jay Wee said, we got a lot of young talent, and they've shown out in camp.
Okay. Rob, what do you think?
I would have really liked to seen that more in the 5th round range, just because of I guess his reliability and his playmaking ability. But there's been times in the past, especially when we've seen, and I think we're going to fix that this year finally. But my big complaint, I mean, I was livid about it every single podcast 2 years ago, was how every running back could just run up the middle on us at will whenever they wanted to. You know, he's got to own some of that. You know, it got better last year with the emergence of some guys like Jalen Redmond and everything else. But having Harrison Phillips sit there in that scheme when he's really built size-wise and skill-wise to be three technique, trying to cover down and do like nose and everything, it's not the best fit. You know, I mean, he belongs in a 4-3 where he's a 3 technique type of guy and everything. I mean, he's a fan favorite. He was a fan favorite in Buffalo. They loved him. They called him Horrible Harry. And all the, Bills Mafia guys, when we got him, were like, man, you're getting a good one. We did. And I mean, but if we're going to take that next step to not just getting to the playoffs, but being a one and done every year, changes need to be made. And I think with the emergence of, Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, and we had Jalen Redmond really came to the forefront last year and earned some time. Taki Taimani was making splashes again in the preseason and in camp. And then we've got, of course, like you said, we got Hargraves, we got Jonathan Allen. What was a deficiency last year has turned into such a strength this year with so many options. I feel like you can do that. And the bottom line is, I feel like this was a salary cap move.
Okay.
Yep.
Eric, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I hate to see him go. He was such a he's a captain. You don't see captains get traded very often, and he's a motivational and spiritual leader in the locker room. Good guy all around, but you don't keep people for that reason. That young talent, like Rob mentioned, Taimani, Williams just came out of nowhere. Williams really just came out of nowhere and impressed everybody. To where we have an abundance of young talent, and you need to trust it or you're going to lose it, so I'm just, one of these guys that I didn't realize how big LBR was, like thick, until last night when he was standing next to Williams, and I was like, holy crap, dude, I did not realize how thick that dude was. And I'm like, dude, we can stop the run now. We really can. So, and we can get pressure. So, this D line has turned into quite the asset.
Yeah. Matthew?
Yeah, I mean, the report out of camp was that Phillips is practicing with the twos. So, I mean, he wasn't even playing with the ones anyway. And Ingram Dawkins was. And what I saw in the preseason was Ingram Dawkins is actually able to stop the run and had a couple nice TFLs. And, like, Phillips was our better interior run defender, but he still wasn't good. Like, I think his PFF run defense grade was like 52 or something like that.
Yep.
So, like, while it's like lipstick on a pig type thing, it's still, we can improve it. I think Ingram Dawkins does give us that better interior run defense. And like everyone said, we should have got higher than a 6th round pick considering we're paying half his salary this year. It should have been like a 5th round pick. But this seems like a move where we were calling teams saying like, hey, do you want this guy? Versus teams calling us saying like, hey, is this guy available? And when you're the one calling teams try to unload a guy, you're going to get undervalued. So, I mean, I think I heard we have the league worst cap deficit next year at negative $66 million, and this saves us $7 million. So, I mean, maybe it could go towards that. Maybe they wanted the extra 6th round pick to make a trade for some receiver. I don't know, but I'm not surprised he's gone. I am surprised we got so little considering we are paying part of his salary this year.
Yeah. We are paying. We are paying
3.7.
Yeah, we're playing exactly half. Yeah, exactly half.
So, looking at NFLDraftBuzz.com, as of right now, we have 10 draft picks for next year. Of course, the round 1, a round 2, 2 round 3s, a round 4, 2 round 5s, 2 round 6s, and a round 7.
Well, and you also have a potential, depending on Daniel Jones' playing time, that there could be another possibly a 4th or a 5th round compensatory pick in there too.
Yeah, so up to 11 draft picks. I say we bundle some of these and maybe try to snag another first round for next year for something.
Well, I think Matt hit it on the head. We're going to need all those draft picks because as of right now, we're in salary cap hell next season.
Right.
61 million over.
Well, that's where I think we need to. I don't even feel like talking about it because Rob Brzezinski's the best in the business, and he's going to work his feng shui, restructure, move around. Yeah, we can't keep everybody, but we also, with what we got this year, I mean, you keep on seeing the young, good guys come in, and like when we're saying names that people that aren't fans of this team, they don't know who Ingram Dawkins is or Jalen Redmond or Taki Taimani or any of these guys, and they're guys that we watch and we judge off of, well, who do we have currently in place and whatever, I mean, I think we're going to be in good shape. Yeah, we're probably going to have to send some guys down the road or make some trades or cut some guys and whatever. But by and large, I think this team is improving, and I don't think we're going to take a step back next year because of the cap itself. I think if they do make moves, it'll be because they feel they got a guy better and younger that's up and coming, and they can afford to, not because they have to. Some teams are cutting people because they have to. That's not Minnesota right now, and that's a good problem to have, you guys.
Well, that was kind of the nature of the contracts that we signed all these guys, was they were prove-it deals for people who were injured last year. And so, like, the numbers at face value are big, but the guarantees are like half or less than half of their total contract. So we can cut these guys after a year or two and save on most of that cap hit because they don't have a ton of dead cap because they're playing prove-it deals where most of their money is going to be coming from bonuses and shit like that. So,
like Hargrave and Jonathan Allen, most of their money is next year. You know, if I remember correctly, I think majority of their contract were heavy loaded to the second year. So that's a big part of that deficit for next year is we kind of, we'll save this year and we'll take the bite next year and we'll figure it out then. And Brzezinski, Rob's right. Brzezinski always finds a way to figure it out. I think right now, if we restructured Hawkinson and Grenard, we'd save like almost $30 million. So that would put us right in line to probably bring that down a little bit. So, we're not far off for next year. And right now, Rob's right. Let's get through 25 and we'll focus on the budget for 26 then.
I really feel like Hawkinson and Grenard will be restructured, and it'll be this season yet. It'll probably be mid-season. I feel like that'll happen this year. And I think the reason why I considered, even though it was multi-year, and yes, their money's in next year, Hargraves and Allen to be a one-year rental, unless proven that they stay healthy and everything, then that's where I think Rob goes in and restructures that and spreads it out over a multi-year contract on an extension. All those things drop that $60 million way down to almost just manageable right there.
Yeah.
Right.
If we cut Harrison Smith, Jones, and Hargrave, we're going to be starting fine.
Well,
I was going to say, even with the loss of Phillips, I still think with our rotational players have the best front seven in the NFL.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yes.
And a lot of people are sleeping on it.
It's not just you. I've heard some national pundits, everybody that's not named Colin Cowherd, give our front seven saying, you guys better watch out. Because I listen to sports talk radio out of Des Moines and everything every day, and they do have some national segments that they put on that stuff. And they were saying Minnesota's front seven is as good or the best of any in the league right now this year as it sits in the year 2025 heading into the season.
Yeah.
I mean, the haters are going to hate, obviously, but I mean, we are in an extremely good shape, the best we've been probably since that 17 season.
We just got to prove it. We just got to prove it.
Yeah. So next thing is we've had 2 games since our last show. We were streaming it a little bit last weekend. And we had Matthew, who was actually at the game. How was it?
It was like watching paint dry. Our offense couldn't really get a whole lot going. Sam Howell obviously had that just absolute. I don't know what was going on in his head, where he just got panicked, threw it outside the pocket instead of just throwing it out of bounds. He just lobbed it in the air, got picked off. Our running game just couldn't really seem to get anything going. But the last 2 weeks as well, we went up against a lot of the starters on both defense and offense with our backups. So take with it what you will. I mean, obviously, when you're going up against Drake May with your backup defense, it's going to be a long day. And then same thing with having Sam Howell go up against most of Houston starters, or I'm sorry, not Houston, New England starters on defense. So, it was sloppy.
Milton Williams was the number 1 or number 2 free agent last year, and he's going against Cam Jurgens. Like, chance. Like, when you're going against one of the best defensive tackles in the free agent market last year, and you're a number 2, center playing with number 2 guards. A number 2 center with number 1 guards, at least you have some help. But you're going to get who was dominated on defense the last couple of years. So, with a grain of salt, Well,
I think the biggest takeaway, though, was even without Jefferson, McCarthy lit up their first team on the second day of the scrimmages. I think that's the biggest takeaway. I don't care about the game. The game was irrelevant.
Yep.
Right.
More important, I think, that the joint practices were way more important.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people. There's two main topics coming out here. What about wide receiver depth for the first 3 weeks, and then what about cornerback depth after our top three starters? Two different issues. I want to talk about wide receivers first, real quick, and give you my take on it, and then see if you guys agree or not. I really think that people are just forgetting that if you have Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones, plus whoever else you want to stick in there, whether it be Naylor, whether it be Ty Felton, whether it be Jones, whether it be Ty Felton, the rookie, or whatever, I still think we're in good shape. We don't have to blow teams out the first 3 weeks. We can win with our defense. We can win ugly. All we need to do is just get the W somehow. We can kick field goals and win on special teams for that matter too. And until we get Addison back, and it's not like there's not other guys. I mean, Josh Oliver's in the mix. It's not like just because Jordan Addison's suspended and we got a couple guys banged up that the entire offense is fucked. I mean, you could almost split Aaron Jones out as a wide receiver exclusively for the first 3 games and just hand Jordan Mason the freaking rock. Along with the rookie, god dang it. Who am I thinking of? Really good preseason rookie running back.
Zach or
Zay Jones or something like that.
Well, you got Trey Stewart, but you're thinking of Xavier Scott.
Xavier Scott, yeah.
Scott, get him in there and get rid of Ty Chandler.
Thank you.
And then in terms of corners and everything, after our starting 3, Mekhi Blackman's really been a disappointment. But
Huge.
these season games and stuff are meaningless. I want to see what happens in the regular season. We might have an issue at depth and corner, but I'm not sure yet because, of what we do and how we treat the preseason. So what's you guys' thoughts on that?
I'm not worried about corner at all. I think after the first 3, Blackman may not make this team the way he played in preseason. He looked awful in the Patriots game. Paul Allen made a comment about the great coverage that he had on a drop pass in the end zone, and he was beat by 3 yards. I don't know what Paul Allen saw, but he was 3 yards behind. Oh no, I think that was Jay Ward. But either way, he was a step behind almost every receiver in the preseason, so that's scary. But McLaughlin, I think played really well. Other than the slip last night for Zamiah Bond,
I was going to say that hurt.
That was just awful bad luck where he slipped twice.
Right.
And on him. But other than that play, he's played incredibly well, and he's had both of them had runs with the ones in practice. So I think with that young talent, it kind of reminds me not to the degree of the defensive line, but there's a lot of talent in that cornerback room, and I think it's just a matter of getting them up to speed and used to NFL wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
If we're talking wide receivers, I'm not too concerned, and I don't think we need to trade for a player and absorb more cap. I still think we're rolling that cap next season, but I could see us running two running backs, Mason, putting him out there at the same time. We got Aaron Jones. We also have Hawk can play more of a catching receiver, and Oliver could be the blocking receiver or a blocking tight end. So, I mean, do we need a reliable third receiver? It would be nice, but I think we can survive 3 weeks. Because why pay a high cost for 3 games? And anybody that's watched training camp knows that McCarthy's favorite target is Addison. And that partly it's because Jefferson's been out of training camp, but they've got a real connection. Even that out throw he did on that one series where he threw it even before Addison made a broke on the route. It was incredible to see.
Well, and the other big point I want to point out about the wide receivers, to a certain extent, the quarterback, and then a big certain extent to the DBs. What have we got to see so far? Everything that we've got to see is them playing with second and third string D line and second and third string O line. Wait till you get the big boys up there that will actually augment both sides of that ball. I mean, it all triggers off the O line and everything. We get our actual starters in a game for once, which they haven't done yet in preseason. Watch the time and the ability and the reads that McCarthy has to be able to make the throws, and the extra half a second or even a second or a second and a half here and there that gives these wide receivers and whoever the fuck that we're putting out there the chance to actually complete their routes, get open. Conversely, on the other side of the ball, you start getting the big boys out there. You get Van Ginkel, Grenard, Turner, Allen, Hargraves, any of those big guys out there, and they start just murdering people's offensive lines and everything. Those corners aren't going to look nearly as exposed or nearly as bad because now you've got the strength of a fully functioning Death Star out there. It's not like these guys are being judged when we've got our threes out there and we're going against another team's ones. I mean, that's why preseason is so deceiving.
Yeah.
Well, with the receivers last year, we didn't have Addison for 2.5 games when he had his high ankle sprain, and we also didn't have Hawkinson, and we've won all of those games. So we're actually in a stronger position this year without Addison as we were last year. And you can say what you want about, well, Darnold was a vet QB, at least it wasn't a first-year starter. It was still Sam Darnold. It was his first year in the offense. McCarthy knows the playbook like the back of his hand. He knows the coaching like the back of his hand. It's just about putting it on paper. Like we just said, joint practices against the Patriots, he was looking really good in the second game. So I'm not super nervous about having that. I wouldn't mind bringing somebody in from Cuts just because, again, I don't love Jalen Naylor as a wide receiver 3 in general. I think Todd Felton will get there next year or maybe towards the second half of this year, but he still looks obviously a little raw. So I would like to bring someone in just because I don't think Naylor is the guy. Lucky Jackson's looked super disappointing in camp and in preseason as well, so I don't think he's going to be the guy to step in. As far as the corners, I mean, we saw that in 2017, 2016, where, I mean, Rhodes was really good, but outside of that, we had Trey Waynes, we had people like that, but we had such a good secondary because our D-line was so damn good. And they were saying yesterday, I forget who it was, but one of our corners was saying, like, yeah, no, it helps make us look good because we don't have to do a whole lot because the D-line's getting to the quarterback in 2.5 seconds. So I'm not super worried about our corner depth. I think Vaughn and McLovin will be just fine as our backups. As long as Rogers and Murphy stay healthy, we should be fine.
Right.
The only issue that I do is like we're going to be lacking wide receiver 2 games minimum. If have we heard if he's going to appeal and try to get it down to 2, or if he just accept the 3?
Yeah, looks like he's
He
just going to
said,
accept it.
before it even started that he would not appeal.
Okay, so we have 3 games. Do we just try to go with Ty Felton? Do we try to go with somebody? And this kind of leads into the next topic. I mean, but I don't know. I'm torn.
I'm with Matt. Unless it's an impact player, let's just find somebody that gets a camp cut that's serviceable and that doesn't need the reps or targets once Addison comes back.
Yeah, on a team friendly veteran deal, yes, I would like that.
Or you get somebody on a rookie contract, where somebody on a last year of a rookie deal where if they have a good season, then hey, you may get a 5th or 6th round comp pick out of it.
Say the name.
Alec Pierce.
There you go.
He's been rumored. I read 2 or 3 different articles, and if we could pull off a similar trade that the Niners did for Sky Moore, I would be all in. A player in the 7th for a 6th, 2 6, I think it was. We'd be all right.
I doubled down on that too, most definitely.
I mean,
but how willing are the Colts willing to trade when we took half their offensive line?
Yeah, but we gave them Daniel Jones. I mean, come on.
So Thielen's cat. So we've been talking about this back and forth. Of course, I'm going to come back to this topic, but I got to speak on this one. I was fucking right.
About
Valentina ain't coming back.
not
There
yet.
is a rumor. We don't know. We're still verifying. Panthers wanted a third round pick. We were only offering a fourth round pick for Adam Thielen, and his cap number for the year is $10 million with
Yeah,
two void years. So I'm
Carolina's
out on
pretty
him.
stupid for not taking a fourth for a 35-year-old wide receiver.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, I want to throw some names out here. So we already talked about Alec Pierce. Here's some big what ifs. Here's some big what ifs if things come out here. So we already discussed Thielen. What if you had Curtis Samuel available?
No.
No.
Injuries.
This is a bad idea, but could be fun. Deontay Johnson. No.
No.
Okay, here's one that a lot of people are not seeing coming, but it could happen. And it's one of two that would be coming right over the border. Romeo Dobbs or Dontavian Wicks.
Christian Watson's a good candidate for the Packers. I mean, they're throwing all kinds of rumors out there. So
the Packers led the league in drop percentage last year. I don't want their receivers.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
they can't catch
to
the
do
rock.
with anything. Anybody that's been on a wide receiver position on the Packers since Devontae left it does not have my interest at all. So AJ Osborne, bring him home.
Osborne, yes.
Yeah.
If we can get him on a under $1 million deal, hell yes.
But see, I think what we're hung up on names and not what best fits the offensive scheme. So we need someone like Naylor, but that can catch the ball. We need a speedster that clears the middle of the field for Hawk or Oliver or Addison on the crossing routes. And I don't think anybody has mentioned a player that fits that profile, a speedster with hands.
Amari Cooper's a free agent.
Hey, Amari Cooper is there. He's still there.
You could trade for Chris Olave too. He's not working out on his current team, apparently.
But he's been a contract.
I'd like to have Olave. That would be a hell of a pick.
Isn't he injured?
Trey Palmer from the Buccaneers has a hamstring issue, but they have a pretty deep wide receiver room. But he can do all the special teams things, including kick return and punt return as well. Although we do feel like Miles Price, I think our group consensus is Miles Price probably has that locked up. That would be an option.
Well, here's the name a lot of Viking fans will be familiar with. He's still a free agent for Daryl Patterson.
No.
If this was 2018, I'd be all over it, but it's not.
As a return guy or whatever.
Here's the super likely one that nobody's talking about. Watch Brandon Powell come back.
God, no.
Yeah.
That might be the route we go.
The monster.
As long as we don't do the tush push.
Yeah, or was that guy that's flashing for Cincy that everyone's talking about that had that 2-touchdown game last week?
Oh, there, Cincinnati's number 3 receiver. What's his name? That everybody's talking about.
Yeah. See if you can pry him away from Cincinnati since they have to pay Higgins and Chase.
What is his name? I can't remember his name.
I can.
Couldn't tell you.
It's just disappointing for Lucky, though.
I can't remember.
It was his opportunity to shine this year, and he has taken a giant shit.
You're talking
right?
Mitchell,
Yeah, honestly.
Are you talking Mitchell Tinsley from Cincinnati?
Yeah, yep.
Yes, him.
I'd be good with that.
Yeah, see if you can try somebody like that.
Tim Jones, maybe we keep him on the roster, and that be the option.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I thought
what I
the Sayers looked decent.
working in our favor is with the Addison suspension, we have an extra slot on the 53 because from what I understand, he doesn't count till week 4. So
That's
we
correct.
have an extra spot to work with, and I hate to say this, but make sure we keep our D line guys that we want and just come from within and elevate, a Jason Jones or a Thayer Thomas from the practice squad from week 1, 2, and 3 until Addison's back. That's another option as well.
Yeah, Jones has had really sticky hands, so I would not be upset to see him crack the wide receiver room. He might not be the flashiest athlete, but yeah, he's made some really good red zone grabs.
Yeah. There is
I
one
I
question.
guarantee you, McCardle is got a list of like 5 guys he wants that are potential
That's fair.
camp cut.
Yeah.
That are potential camp
That's
cuts.
fair.
Yes. Now here comes the most controversial topic. Who do we keep as our backup quarterback? Is it going to be Howell or is it going to be Grosmer?
Both.
It's going to be three.
It's going to be both.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're not
JJ,
benching.
yeah, Sam's going to be back up, and Rosemer will be emergency.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grosmer,
I wish they would cut Howell.
Me too.
And just have the big balls to go 2 QBs, but you really can't. I mean, he's so unproven and raw. But I'll admit I was completely wrong on Max. I'll throw my hands in the air and say I was wrong on his ability.
Sam, I'm a Max Browsmer truther now.
Grosmer impressed the hell out of a lot of people. And I do think that people are starting to think, okay, maybe we have found another diamond in the rough with Grosmer. I mean, Ripon, sorry, he just didn't prove it for me. He's got it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, he's definitely not clearing waivers and making the practice squad.
No, you got you almost. I was thinking that Brosmer had probably done enough as to where you could. So Ripen's gone. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. That Brosmer done enough as to where you could probably try to float Howell out there, but your entire quarterback room on the team consists of guys who have not played one single snap in a meaningful NFL game. You just can't do that.
No, you can't. That's fucking balls of steel. I mean, we could play the meeting game and see if Kenny Pickett gets cut. I mean, that Cleveland room is all kinds of jacked up, and they named Flacco to starter. So, I'll throw another name out there that pissed a lot of people off, but Trubisky sounds like he could be getting cut in Buffalo. I mean, would you rather have Trubisky or Howell as your number 2? I mean,
neither.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Then
Trubisky
again,
has that Dobbs factor where he's got the athletic ability to at least make him look exciting, but it's not someone you want starting multiple games.
So,
right.
So I've seen KOC fix guys. We all seen KOC, fix Darnold last year. But after 8 going on 9 years with Mitch, is KOC fixing that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that's and I was probably wrong about Brosmer too and everything. That the one thing where I'm feeling super comfortable is that there's a guarantee about Max Brosmer. The guarantee is that never again in his life will he have to face the Iowa Hawkeyes defense. So I think he's going to be
well, that estimate him because you had that black and gold tunnel vision.
Well, his performance this preseason is all the more reason why I'm not a PJ Fleck fan, because we had that dude at quarterback and it's run. Like, come on.
Yeah, play calling was suspect there.
I mean, he did set the record for most completions for Gopher quarterback ever, but I still think Fleck used him wrong. I feel like he had so much more potential to explode last year and set the Big Ten on fire, and it just seemed like he wasn't given the opportunity. I don't know. It was just me being optimistic that the Gophers would actually do something for once, but I felt like he could have lit the Big Ten up if he just been given the opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, but I guarantee you they're having these tough conversations right now.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If they're willing, and I think if we're going to do that, then we definitely would need an experienced quarterback just for the quarterback room on the practice squad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't play
Yep.
Howell last night. The reason for that is because he's going to be the number two. The Vikings also traded back 30 picks to get him, so you're not going to cut the guy or risk losing the guy in the practice squad that you gave up 30 draft positions to get. So he's going to be the QB2, but there's no chance that they risk putting Brosmer on the practice squad or having
No,
him clear
No.
waivers.
but I mean,
No.
Rippin too is probably going to be back on the practice squad. I mean, maybe he should go have a conversation with Uncle Mark, but Rippin he didn't look comfortable at all in any of the games he
Yeah.
played. And he was on the practice squad last year, so he's a guy who should be comfortable with the system. And Brosmer just came and made him look like he was, a JV player. It just looked awful. So,
Right.
Yep.
Ripen's cap hit, if we release him, is only $25,000, and he's on a $1 million deal.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Bye-bye.
So it is getting to be that time as to where the roster needs to go from whatever it is now down to the 53 plus whatever. It's time to play. You're the GM of the Minnesota Vikings, and you're Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, and you've got some decisions to make. I want to go down through here, and I'm not going to waste time with guys that are clearly making the team that we know who are starters and everything else, but we do have some interesting things going on here, and then some guys that are some obvious cuts and everything. I want you to tell me whether we're going to cut the guy, just be done, try to put him on the practice squad, or whether you think he makes the roster. So let's start. I do think we'll keep most of these backup linemen and everything for the O-line, like Zach Bailey. I'm not even going to ask about the backup offensive linemen. I want to move to some of these other guys, such as number 96 outside linebacker Tyler Batty. I just don't think there's room for him.
no room. I think practice squad. There's no room.
No.
He's going to be practice squad guy.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's signing him to an active roster either.
No.
Yeah.
Number 95, interior defensive line, Travis Bell.
No.
Squad. Yeah.
Okay, we all think Blackman's going to make the team and perform better. If we go with wide receiver number 83, Silas Bolden.
Practice squad.
Yeah.
We all feel like Blake Brandel, Brosmer, all those guys are making the team. Let's get down to another guy that's probably just a straight up cut, number 57 at outside linebacker, Chaz Chambliss.
Oh, practice squad. He was good.
All right, here's a familiar name. Number 32, running back Ty Chandler.
Gone.
Hopefully.
Gone.
I don't know. He might stick just because KOC loves him.
Yeah. Okay, a guy that was catching a lot from Brosmer last night, number 19, wide receiver Dante Fleming.
Practice squad.
Yeah.
Practice squad.
Okay, and I think this guy we haven't seen a lot because of some injuries and whatever, but number 35, cornerback Keenan Garber.
I don't even know him.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know him.
Linebacker at 28, Cam Gill. It's got to be gone. Don't even know who he is.
He came in like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay, here's a safety. We're not super deep at safety. Number 25, Khalif Halisi.
Practice squad.
Yeah, he did not make very many plays. But Harrison Smith is not practicing, so I don't know if he's hurt or what's going on with him. And so we're deeper than we were 3 weeks ago, or not, sorry, deeper. We're thinner than we were 3 weeks ago, so maybe he cracks it just because we need it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a pro. They're probably just giving him days off.
Yeah, Veterans Days.
Now we're going to get into some ones that are difficult because of fan favoritism, extremely strong performance. in the preseason and in camp and everything, and a guy that's probably not going to make it through waivers, and you got to make a decision. Number 90, defensive line, Tyrion Ingram Dawkins.
He
Keep
absolutely
going.
makes the 53. Yeah.
53. I agree.
He's definitely on the squad.
Yep.
Yeah.
81, wide receiver, Lucky Jackson.
Gone.
Practice squad.
Squad.
I'm not sure he makes it on practice squad. He
I
might.
don't even think he makes a practice squad.
Well,
He may not.
bye-bye.
Okay, at safety, backup, has actually been with the team a couple years, has seen some regular season action as needed, Theo Jackson.
He's making it.
Yeah, he'll make it.
He's one of my favorites.
Okay, here's a guy that's not going to clear waivers, in my opinion. Number 82, wide receiver, Jeshaun Jones.
Practice
I
squad.
think depending on Naylor's injury, he's on the 53.
Yep.
I did see him making the 53. Yeah.
This is where I think, with Naylor being banged up, I think he starts the season on the 53, and then as we get Addison back and everything, things could happen there too.
Yeah.
Same thing with the next guy, number 14, wide receiver, Tim Jones.
The squad.
They brought him
I think he makes the active roster, special
Yeah,
teams.
special teams.
and he hasn't done anything except for get penalized. So I don't know.
That's true.
This is a crowded position, but this guy flashed at points during camp and in preseason. Number 56, linebacker, Austin Keys.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just don't have the numbers for that many linebackers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good player, and he won't clear waivers, I don't think. Kobe King, same difference. Number 41.
Gone.
No,
He
they'll
makes
keep
it.
him.
They're going to keep him.
They're going to keep him.
I'm thinking they kind of do. They'll find a way to work it in, and then he'll be a special teams contributor too. So, let's see here. Robert Lewis, 85 at wide receiver. That's just a cut.
Yeah.
Hey, what about has that rookie tight end even played or even practiced? I forget the one that we drafted.
No. Bartholomew, no, he's on injured reserve.
Okay, thanks for the update on that one.
Yep. You're talking Bryson Nesbitt?
No, Bartholomew.
Oh,
Bartholomew.
Yeah, he's on injured reserve.
Yep.
Okay. Another linebacker cut, number 52, Dorian Mousy.
Yeah. Gone.
Cut.
That's a cut. Okay, now we get into the guys that we've all been rooting for a couple years to make it work out, but it just you just don't know. 59, outside linebacker, Gabe Murphy. That is
He stays.
Oh, he's on. Most definitely he's on.
Yeah, he stays.
I'm iffy on him. He's had some ups and downs in preseason against 2s and 3s and 4s.
Yeah. Speaking of Bryson Nesbitt, what do you guys think? Back at number 3 tight end?
No.
Practice, maybe, but I think they go with Urasek as number 3.
Yep, you're a sec.
Okay. That's fair. I tend to agree with that. Walk on safety, number 39, Javarius Owens. I think that's a cut.
I don't even know who last night. I was like, where the hell did this guy come from?
Same thing with Michelle Powell. If he's not already cut, that would surprise me.
Powell is one of our undrafted free agent guys.
Yeah. Miles Price, I think we all agree, is definitely making this team.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Redmond, I feel like we're in agreement. He's making the team just because he's earned it. Giovanni Ricci is a tight end that we haven't seen anything out of.
Bye-bye.
Cool name, though.
I think
He's gone.
Yep. Okay, this one is going to be another fan, like, damn it moment, but number 54, outside linebacker, Bo Richter.
Keep him.
You really think they'll be able to get him in there?
Practice squad.
53.
Yeah.
53.
I think, practice squad at best. We're just too deep there.
Yeah. I feel like Isaiah Rogers is making the team regardless. We'll skip him.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one that we've been rooting for, but the jury's out. Number 50, LDR, Levi Drake Rodriguez.
God
yeah.
damn it. This is
He
going to be the
stays.
hardest.
I think they cut him.
I'm practice
Oh.
squatting him.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think.
he's a camp cut.
Really?
Well, you got to look at the numbers.
Yeah.
He's third string, fourth string right now.
Depending on what about Taki Tamani?
That was my next one up is Taki Taimani. Another really hard
Who would you rather keep?
Well, and it depends on if the Vikings intend on keeping Hargrave and Allen Pets this year as well. Like, we're going to need these guys.
I would cut the guy and keep LDR.
I think,
Squad and we keep Rodriguez on the 53.
yeah, that's
But
what I'd go as well.
Rodriguez would make the practice squad. Like no one's going to claim waivers on him.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, either way, he's not getting straight cut. We're going to try to keep him.
Yeah. Practice squad candidate, in my opinion, number 89 wide receiver Thayer Thomas.
Yeah.
I
Good.
Yeah, I like him too. I like him.
He played really well.
Good in training camp.
He had a fantastic season, is what I heard.
Backup tight end Nick Vanette.
No,
Who?
Oh,
Exactly.
cut.
no.
Yeah, he was a guy from the Titans in the offseason.
All right, here is a cornerback. Where's number 34? 6'3", 187 pounds. That has made some flashes. Zemiah Vaughn.
He stays.
3.
Ah,
Practice squad. Practice squad.
If he stays, then Blackman's out.
I think Blackman's out.
That is possible.
I think Blackman's out.
Good.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's out, but they rarely just give up on, a lower draft pick like that. So
Right.
Yeah. I think Zemiah Vaughn has definitely outperformed Blackman in camp and preseason.
yeah.
And we just need the size.
And Vaughn fits what Flores wants. Him and Nudie fit the Flores corner.
Yeah.
I would not try to slip a 6'3" corner through waivers. I really wouldn't do it.
Right.
well, at 180 pounds, you might be able to.
Yeah.
That's teeny.
Yeah.
I mean, Vikings have him listed at 187 pounds, which ironically is pretty much exactly what I weigh, and I don't feel like anybody want me out there running around. So I'm just 5'11". That's
If he's listed at that, he's probably like 175.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
true. That is skinny for
try.
a 6'3" guy. But how about Jay Ward at safety? Our old friend Jay Ward at safety. What do we do with him?
Practice
Practice
Yeah.
squatting.
Swallow, yeah.
All right, here's another super tough one in a position that you can only keep so many guys, and it's the most rich position on the team as of right now. 99 defensive line Elijah Williams.
Practice squad.
He don't make
Is
it
he gonna-
two-way.
Yeah, he's not going to make it through waivers.
He won't make it through waivers. I think
I
this
don't-
is one of those really difficult ones where we might have to let a good guy go.
I think he's the reason why Phillips got traded. I think he's gonna get
Yeah.
probably 20 snaps a game.
Really?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Expendable. Elijah Williams and LDR played really good. So
If you look at the tape when he went against the ones against the Pats, like, yeah.
So Williams probably beats out LDR for that spot then.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think we keep 6 on that D line just because of rotation and the age of Hargrave and Allen. I think we go
Yep.
6.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
And we do have that extra spot until Addison comes back. So it's
Yeah,
like we
that's
get
fair.
a 54 man roster, and then we can decide. That even puts us in a better position of who to cut week 4.
Yeah, and watch him perform too, because if you know that tomorrow is never guaranteed for you, every chance that he gets, he'll be tearing shit up too. So,
Take notes, Naylor.
we only got like 2 or 3 left here that are really controversial. This one I think should be the first cut if it hasn't already happened. Eric Wilson, number 55 at linebacker.
Just stay.
Yes.
Keep him.
They brought him in for a reason, and he's gonna
Exactly. Yes. Special team killer.
Fair.
Yeah, he's gonna stay. I think.
Yep.
Okay, we'll have to
It's-
agree to disagree on that one, but
But I wouldn't be surprised if he was cut. Like,
Yeah.
specifically for special teams and to be kind of he knows, he's been around a while. He played here for a while and then went on. I think he's here for a reason, so I think he makes the team.
Rob, you're forgetting one.
then finally Ben Urosek, the backup tight end. I think we all agree he's got the number 3 tight end position then.
Yeah, keep him.
You're forgetting one person there, Rob.
Who?
My thing, I think this whole preseason, we haven't said his name. We haven't said, nope, this position's anybody, is the punter.
Oh, Oscar Chapman.
Oscar Chapman has been outperforming Ryan Wright big time. But with that bobble snap yesterday, that might have sealed his fate.
Well, here's the thing with Chapman: he don't count a spot at all. So
True.
we keep.
So who would you keep, Wright or Chapman?
I keep,
Chapman.
and then Chapman's automatically because he's an international pathways player, so he don't count against the practice squad at all.
Because Wright
So you
looked
keep
like shit.
Chapman on the practice squad and push Wright the whole season.
I hope so. Because
that's not a bad plan, but I think it just comes down to, well, who he wants as his holder.
exact. That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Well, you can get a chemistry with Chapman as a holder, but Chapman's the better punter, so I feel like you roll with a guy with better placement and better hang time and hope that he gets that holding chemistry. Because Wright's been super disappointing the last few years.
Yeah, Wright's
But
been
who cares?
dog
We're not
shit.
punting the ball.
That's fair.
There you go.
Caleb said that last year. Look how that worked out.
I want to go back to talked about the backup offensive line. Is Justin School or Blake Brandel trade bait right now?
Blake Brandel.
Brandon.
I think Schools is
Is Brandel can play all 5 spots? Is he trade bait right?
That's why. Well, I mean, that's why you keep Brandel and try to trade Squirrels or however you pronounce his name.
Darrisaw might not be ready for week 1.
They're saying he's ready to go. So I mean,
Shut
do you
your
make
mouth.
a move?
Hey, I'm just saying.
I think
hope
Jarrett's
so.
not
God,
playing
I hope
week 1.
I've been saying since April or May that he's going to be week 1 ready.
I hope so.
But would it be a fair deal to try to trade Brandel right now, knowing he wouldn't clear waivers for a certain team that may want or need offensive line help? Would it be worth trying to trade him?
I wouldn't be shocked to see him gone by the deadline.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think he has too much value. The fact that he can play pretty much any position, and with O-line, someone's going to get hurt this year. It's just the law of probability.
But we have routes. If we can get a decent value for Brandel, I think they take it.
Yeah,
Because O-line is.
you got me there.
Jurgens, who's a guard center. Huber, who can play guard and center.
What about Logan Brown?
And that's just it. You trade Brandel and bring in Logan Brown up. So it's just a thought I was having about trying to gain some extra picks to make a trade or move up in next year's draft. Was Brandel would be a great trade candidate right now for a team.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you changed my mind on that. Yeah.
Here's a controversial question: is this the year CJ Ham gets cut?
No. Unfortunately,
I think this is his last season in Minnesota. I think they keep him this year.
Okay.
I think
Fullback's a dying breed, man.
with Addison being gone, that allows them to do, because O'Connell talked about using both Mason and Jones at the same time. That allows you to use one of them as a receiver and still have 2 running backs with Ham playing fullback, or putting Ham as a third tight end and still having 2 running backs that can play. So I think Ham, probably you're right, last season, but he plays a big role this year, I think.
Gotcha.
I do want to interject with one thing that I find to be super ironic, but we have to say it, especially since we do have some Chicago Bear fans watching. So PFF has compiled some preseason grades, which has been put out here, and I do want to say something that Max Brosmer started this year as the number 4 QB on the Minnesota Vikings. You know, he had JJ McCarthy, you had Howell, you had Brett Rypien, and then you had Brosmer. Max Brosmer has finished the preseason with a PFF grade of 72.8. Caleb Williams has a grade of 72.6.
There you go. There you go.
I can't wait for week 1. Oh,
Caleb looked exactly like he did last night, where he has a really nice drive, he gets a touchdown, and then there's a play where he has a clean pocket for 5 seconds and runs into a sack. It's just you're getting one or the other. He is so inconsistent. I don't think he's going to be this elite quarterback that's going to take Chicago to 10 or 11 wins this year, even with Ben Johnson. He's just mentally makes the dumbest choices.
Well, when you look at our two different franchises, we have had a hell of a time trying to draft and develop a starting quarterback. We've done it a couple times in my lifetime, right? I mean, granted, most of the entire time I was growing up, just about, until I hit high school, was always Tommy Kramer, because, he had like a freaking 14-year NFL career. But, we've had a lot of rentals. We have had a lot of journeymen. The difference is, it seems like when we do that, there's once every 6 years or 7 years, we will just suck. But generally speaking, we're pretty average to better to average to making the playoffs about every other year, et cetera, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The Chicago Bears have just sucked. Would you rather get your hopes up and then just get it diminished with like the journey that the Vikings have led us all in most of our lifetimes, or just get kicked in the freaking balls every year like what the Bears are going through? Because when you get such high draft picks all the time on these quarterbacks, it gets your hopes up. Yep, this is going to be the one. And then 3 years later, you're like, oh, fuck, this is not the one. What's worse? Who has it worse, them or us?
Them.
Because we always wonder why we suck in the playoffs when we have a rental quarterback or a short-term solution or an old vet that's past his prime, and we wonder why we can't get past the playoff hurdle.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
but I'd rather have the problem with trying to figure out how to win the playoffs than never make the playoffs.
Yep, exactly. Make the playoffs and then figure it out later.
This year will be the first year since, is it 2000 or 2001? The last time the Vikings had what I would consider to be an all-pro offensive line and put a rookie out to start was Dante Culpepper.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's been either you have a good quarterback and an ass offensive line, or you got a pretty good offensive line and an ass quarterback. Tarvaris Jackson, insert whoever. This will be the first time since Culpepper, which is nearly 25 years ago, that we're going to trot this package out and let's hit the reset button on the whole thing. Because yes, we can't win a playoff game because our offensive line would just get run over like a kid on a moped get in front of a Peterbilt.
Let's not negate the fact that KOC is to blame partly with the long play routes and not making any adjustments, and the fact that we can't throw a slant to save our lives.
Yeah. Before we go, there's one little thing that happened in last night's game against the Tennessee Titans. An adult toy was thrown onto the field. Yes, that is right.
Rob did it.
You know what was thrown onto the field.
I blame Rob.
It was Paul Allen.
Hey, real quick, did you notice all the former Vikings on that Titans team? Blake Lynch, James Lynch.
Yeah.
Dave
Williams pacifier.
So we will be back next week for Down Day. We'll go over if we were right or if we were wrong. Rob, we record all of our answers.
All right.
Yeah, right.
We'll see you guys next week. Skol.
Skol.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.